Hello, welcome to the Lord Havoc Marvel Champions custom content stream extravaganza. For this episode, we are looking at a custom hero from the community, and that is Longshot from, I really hope I say this properly, Embittered Soul. Let me just check Discord. Embittered Soul, it looks like that's right. I can't remember if I've done an Embittered Soul character before, but they are a staple of the custom content community. They haven't been online a lot recently. I think there's some stuff going on in their lives, which is fine, that happens. But at one point they were quite prolific. They have their own mod. If you check out their mod on TTS Workshop, by all means go for it. This character is unique. And I don't mean the character of Longshot themselves. I was never that huge a fan of Longshot, to be honest. I mean, he's fine, but here's what it is. But this character design is really quite fascinating. And so I'm going to do something a little bit different. I don't normally do this, whereas I'm actually going to go through their character cards before we start. Normally I do it as they come up, but I think it's going to break the flow of the game too much. And I just want to make sure I'm doing it right. He seems quite complicated, and as I've shown multiple times on this stream, I'm not the greatest player in the world. So I just want to make sure we're doing it right. So Longshot is 3 rec. This is the alter ego side. Longshot, celebrity, beginner's luck, setup. When Longshot draws his initial hand size for the game, draw a total of 15 cards instead, and then discard down to your hand size. You cannot mulligan. His hand size is 6, so you get 15. You discard down to 6. That fascinates me. I can only imagine you get 15 cards, and you're like, well, I want every single one of these bad boys, but you can't. You have to go down to 6. So it'll be tough to make a decision. But in terms of how to set up your game, depending on the villain that you're playing, I think it's great. I think it's very, very cool. Longshot, the hero side, 1-1-2, not the greatest stat line. So hopefully you get some boosts during the game. Exile, X Factor, X-Men. This obviously was before the X-Men stuff come out, so that should actually say X-Men. I've long argued that it should be X-Men. X-Men actually makes more sense because Avenger, Defender, Guardian, you know what I mean? X-Men is the name of the team. But anyway. Good fortune response after triggering the hero interrupt on a discarded lucky card. Trigger the hero interrupt once more, limit once per round. Now I just want to read that again. After triggering the hero interrupt on a discarded lucky card, trigger the hero interrupt once more, limit once per round. Now let's have a look at some of these cards. Now you'll notice that some of them are a dual type. So Dazzler here, lovely Dazzler, is an ally/resource. Hot Streak, event/resource. Event resource, event resource, event resource. And then you get some upgrades. Alright, so let's go stick with these. So what he's done is, and I checked the Discord just to make sure that I was right. The top half is the ally part. The second half is the resource part. Now you may be thinking, what does that mean? Because all cards are resources. All cards have a resource thing. But what these cards have is a secondary effect if you use them as a resource. Right? So the normal thing is to use them as a resource sometimes. Sometimes you just have to use them as a resource. But if you do, you get an extra thing, which is pretty sweet. Right? So the ones that do that are split in half. Hold on 1 second, I got someone at the door. 1 second. Sorry about that. It was just Amazon dropping off a package. Where was I? Yeah, so if we go back to his hero card, after triggering the hero interrupt on a discarded lucky card. So let's check that out. So lucky. I want to make it a joke, but it only makes sense to the Australians. This is Lucky Phil. This is Lucky Phil. Remember that ad? You have to be old to remember that ad. Anyway, so after you trigger the hero response, so if I spend Dazzler as a resource, a wild resource, I get hero interrupt when you discard this card to pay for a lucky event. So as long as I'm using the resource for a lucky event, stun or confuse an enemy. I can then trigger it again. After triggering the hero interrupt on a discarded lucky card, trigger the hero interrupt once more. Stun or confuse. Now, I've trawled through the Discord to make sure that is right. And it appears to be so. And I just think that is just amazing. This is a very, very cool mechanic to make a lucky character. Because that's what it is, right? It's probability fields and, domino. So domino and Longshot both do the same sort of thing. They use luck, probability type things. And so now we've now got the official domino, of course, in her resource manipulation and whatever the top card of the discard and all that sort of stuff. But this is a different take on it, and I think it's pretty cool. It's an interesting way of messing about with RNG without making it too RNG. I mean, it's just some RNG can be quite frustrating sometimes, and Marvel Champions has an element of that. The cards that you draw, obviously, when you draw a card that you don't know what you're drawing, that's RNG. But this sort of helps you manipulate it in a way, and I'm intrigued. So I'm very excited to see this go. 1 second. Wow, maybe I'm too excited. Oh, very sorry. My apologies. I should have muted. So standard sort of stuff. We've got 1 signature ally, 2/1. After playing a lucky card, Dazzler gets +1 attack and +1 thwart. You know what? I should have put in some X-Men cards. Now I think about it. Which is fine. Hot Streak is the thwart card there, it looks like. Deal 3 damage to an enemy. If this defeats an enemy, remove 2 threat from a scheme. If this removes the last threat from a scheme, draw 2 cards. That's pretty damn sweet. 2 for those effects. That's pretty cool. Lucky Shot, there's his attack card. So he gets 2 of those, gets 2 of these. Deal 2 damage to an enemy. If that defeats an enemy, draw a card. Well, that's basically the same as... Is there an aggression card that does that? It's pretty almost word for word for the aggression card, I'm pretty sure. Fighting Chance, choose a character. That character gets +2 to a basic power until the end of the round. Shuffle. Shouldn't it say friendly character? Choose a friendly character. Until the end of the round, shuffle 3 cards from your discard pile into your deck. Very cool. And I think it's also important to note that some of these effects aren't the same. Yeah, so Hot Streaks, for example, the top bit's the same, but then the bottom is when you discard this card to pay for a lucky event, ready a friendly character, and this one is when you discard the card to pay for a lucky event, a friendly character gains toughness. What that should actually say is a friendly character gets a tough status card, but they didn't get around to fixing it up. Someone pointed that out on the Discord, but they didn't. Who was it? Yeah, any bookworm. Give a friendly tough status card. That's what it should say. But anyway, it obviously didn't get around to do it. But I do like the variety. It's not just automatically the same thing. This is when you discard this card, deal 2 damage. When you discard this card to pay for an attack, deal 1 damage to 2 different enemies. I like it. I like it a lot. Where was I? Lucky Break, remove 4 threat. So he's got another thwart. That's pretty cool. So you can do a bit of thwarting, which is good. because I've given him protection. I've gone with protection because I just thought that sort of suited him a bit better. But the fact that he can thwart as well is lucky. I don't have to two-hander with Spidey again. That was for those. That was the last streams, the last video. Check it out. Tough luck. When your hero defends against an attack, it gets +3 defense for that attack. If you take no damage, discard the next encounter card dealt to you. Well, there you go. Tychokinesis. Exhaust Tychokinesis, draw a card and discard one card from your hand. Attach the discarded card to Tychokinesis face down. What's Tychokinesis? Tycho is Latin or Greek for something. Tycho. Meaning fortunate or chance. That's awesome. Chance kinesis. That's great. Love it. Hero action. Exhaust Tychokinesis. You may play a card attached to this card as if they were in your hand. This card gains lucky until the end of the round. Okay. Plenty of knives. Longshot. Are they actually called knives? Longshot gains retaliate 1. Sweet. After Longshot triggers a response on his identity card, deal 1 damage to an enemy or remove 1 threat from a scheme. That's the only response you'll be using. You can't use that setup. So this is the only one. Are there cards that give you more abilities? And before I just need to preface that question, I need to explain that question. Of course there is, Dave. But do they specifically add them to your identity card? Is basically what I'm saying. So otherwise, this will always just be after you trigger his ability. Do that. Enhanced odds. After resolving the response on Longshot's card, put 1 luck counter on enhanced odds. When you would perform a basic action, exhaust enhanced odds. You get +1 to that power for this use. For each luck counter on this card, remove all the luck counters. That's pretty cool. I like that. Yeah, this is very cool. Let's see how we go. The coolness factor is very high here, so I'm looking forward to this. Give it a good shuffle. Swap to alter ego. Okay, now the villain is I randomized it. Got all the villains out. Randomized it, and we ended up with the Sentinels, Project Wideawake. So I'm intrigued. I mean, it gels, so that's cool. I was kind of hoping, I was fingers crossed for Mojo, because that would have been hilarious. But no, it was the Sentinels. So that's close enough. That's an X-Men related villain. Oh, and his nemesis is Mojo. The nemesis card is Mojo. So I just need to chuck his obligation in there. Nope, that's not his obligation. That's one of his treacheries. There it is. Instant karma. It looks like Deadpool. Why is Deadpool slashing Longshot? Ah, that wacky Deadpool. Let's put his obligation in there, and the rest of them are his nemesis cards. So yeah. If you're currently engaged by a minion besides Mojo, you and your allies cannot deal damage to Mojo. Where Mojo schemes add the same amount of threat to a Quest for Radiant's side scheme if it is in play. Pretty brutal. Alright, so let's shuffle that in. The modules and stuff are already in there. Project Wideawake, Zero Tolerance, and Standard are already there, and the modular set Sentinels. We've already put those in there. So that's fine. And set each captive ally aside. Here's the captive allies. You just check them out there. Reveal the Operation Zero Tolerance and Mutants at the Mall side schemes. There we go. Mutants at the Mall. When defeated, the first player searches the encounter deck and discard pile for a Sentinel and reveals it. Flip this card and put Jubilee into play. Discard any other version of Jubilee from play. Wait, Should I have a Jubilee card? Should there be a Jubilee card here? She's not one of the captains, is she? No. I should have a Jubilee card. Where is she? I bet she's in the campaign. Mutant Genesis. What's the bet she's in here? Where are you, Jubes? No? I'm sure she's in this campaign. Brawler. What's happening here? What is... Oh. I really don't know what happened there. Why are they flipping up into the air? How weird. I can't explain it, people. TTS does some weird stuff sometimes. It's odd. Hello? Can you move? What are you doing? Oh, I like that. I don't want it to do it, but can you just move? Why aren't you moving? This is very strange. Oh, champions, Miss Leia. Maybe she's in here. No? Although there is extra stuff counters. I like that. New counters, tests, custom playmate. That's cool. Could use that for Hulk when he gets his +3 attacks and stuff. Rule books, modulars. Is she considered a modular? Search. Custom content. Heroes. This is disturbing. I should have a Jubilee somewhere. Did she accidentally fall into the trash? This is obviously not very exciting content. Okay, screw this. Google to the rescue. Marvel Champions. Jubilee. There she is. Jubilation League, Project Wide Awake. So she should be in the Wide Awake stuff. Is she definitely not here? Oh my god, what is this business? Why is everything flipping up? What's happened? I didn't change any of the settings. I don't understand what this is doing. Oh, it's unplayable. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Let's grab this and grab this and put them into Longshot. Longshot. Let's grab what is obligation called? There it is. Instant karma. Thing there. Let's save this so it's ready to go. Yep. And then I'm rebooting. Don't know what happened. I'm gonna reset. I apologize for that. Load. Okay. Let's get the brand new fresh Longshot. There he is. I'm going to chuck him over here. Let's move this out of the way. And let's grab Project Wide Awake. Let's do it again. Project Wide Awake. Okay, there's nothing in the way. Let's do it. Standard. Okay. So we get the 4 captive allies are automatically put in play. Mutants at the mall was put in play because it's part of Wide Awake. So these will just be the Wide Awake cards. Okay, that weird flippy thing's not happening, so that's good. There is no Jube in here. No Jube. There's the 7 standard cards. There's 0 tolerance. Oh. I expected them to be upside down, so let's do that. There's the Sentinels. Okay. There's his obligation. But still, no Jube. Did she get thrown somewhere? When it sets up the table, it's quite violent. Maybe she's going over here somewhere. No? Excuse me. Oh, that's interesting. That's still there. That's glitched completely. How weird is that? Like, how does that still exist? Can't remove it. Can't do anything with it. Can't move it around. Just doesn't exist. Is it like a weird part of space that I'm not aware of? No? Just doesn't exist as an object. Strange. Alright, let's grab Jube. Google. Save image. And then go grab her. Boom. Jubilee. There she is. She's way too big. That's right. I'll sort her out. Okay. Let's start again. Set each captive ally aside. Reveal the Operation Zero Tolerance and Mutants at the Mall side schemes. So there's Mutants at the Mall. Let's grab Zero Tolerance. Operation Zero Tolerance. Done. 1, 2, 3. After an enemy attacks and defeats an ally, place that ally face down under this scheme. There are X face down cards under this scheme. The players lose the game. X is 3 more than the number of players. Cool. When defeated, the first player searches the counting deck and discard pile for a Sentinel minion and reveals it. Flip this card. Oh. There she is. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's important to read. It's important to read, folks. Oh my god. Oh jeez. You know, when I was going through all that stuff, I actually had a viewer. There was one viewer, and I think they didn't say anything in the chat, but I think they got so disgusted by stupidity they just left. Oh jeez. Absolutely hilarious. What an idiot. Alright, none of the Sentinels. Operation Zero Tolerance gains permanent. After threat is placed here, if there is at least 5 per person threat here, the first player places the top card of their deck face down under Operation Zero Tolerance. They remove 5 threat from this scheme. Remember, if I get 4 cards under here, I'm dead. X is 3 more than the number of players. Number of players is 1. 1 plus 3 is 4. So yeah. Alright. So I'm just going to pop this over here so I can grab my threat counter. Start at 1. I don't like using this big one. It annoys me. Sentinel comes in with toughness. The first player searches the encounter deck and discard pile for a copy of the Adoption Protocol side scheme and reveals it. Mutant detected. Alright, let's do it. It's the Longshot. There's his obligation stuff. I mean his nemesis stuff, sorry. There's Longshot the hero. An alter ego. Here's his deck. There's that. And there's Jubilee for when I get out. Cool. Oh, and dial. I'm just going to use Spideys. Because he didn't come with one. So, just use Spideys. 10. Alright, ready to rock. Shuffle. Shuffle. And I need to get a Sentinel, right? Oh no, it's when I defeat it. When defeated, you get a Sentinel. Alright. Cool. Now I get 15 cards. And I have to discard down to 6. So, this is going to be very strange. 15 cards. Okay, let's do it this way. Let's divvy up. Let's divvy up between identity cards. Right, you only got 3 identity cards out of the top 15 cards. Deal 2 damage to an enemy. If this defeats an enemy, draw a card. Alright, I don't care about that. I want thwarting. I need to get rid of these side schemes, right? So Longshot grabs Retaliate. That's interesting. And Hot Streak. Deal 3 damage to an enemy if it defeats an enemy. Root 2 for its scheme. From the last threat, draw 2 cards. I don't have any enemies. So I'm definitely keeping his knives. Because I can remove threat. I'm not particularly worried about those. So what thwarting situations have I got here? Miles. Here's a thwarter. Genius, so I can get the cards out. Strength, so I can get some cards out. I mean, Miles is expensive. After you defend against attack and take no damage, exhaust unflappable, draw a card. That's handy. What else have I got? After Brother Voodoo enters play, search the top 5 cards of your deck for an event and add it to your hand. I can search for an event, a thwart event, so let's grab that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I might grab unflappable. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, I've made my decision. For good or ill, this is what I've done. Put them back in. Let's flip to Longshot. This is my hand. Let's do it. Going to get... Oh, I didn't do that very well. Knives is going to have to wait. Because I want to get... I've done this poorly. I've chosen poorly. Because when you spend resources, they have to be all used for the same thing. You can't just build up a pool like you do in Magic, right? Okay, alright. Alright. I've done this badly. Let's do Plenty of Knives and Genius, which I clearly am not, to get Jericho out. And then Jericho, search the top 5 cards of your deck for an event and add it to your hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so he's an ally, so no go. Ally, no go. And these are all events. Okay, I don't want that one. Both lucky shots. And they're both 2 dealing the damages. No thwarting. I'm going to grab this one because I can at the very least hit the Sentinel with it. Because I'm going to do this. Genius and Unflappable. No. Genius and Lucky Shot is going to pay for Miles. The resource effect is when you discard this card to pay for an attack or lucky event. He's neither an attack or lucky event. Oh man! He's unflappable instead then. I was going to hit Claw for 2 damage. I was going to hit Claw for 2 damage. because it's 2 damage to an enemy, which would, I mean, not claw, sorry. I got claw on the brain because I hate him so much, which would have knocked off the tough, and then, oh, I didn't put abduction protocols into play. The first player searches the encounter deck and just come out for a copy of the abduction protocol side scheme and reveals it. Oh, are they all the same? Yep. For a copy. Okay. 1, 2. Hinder 2. When defeated, the player who defeated this scheme takes 1 random set aside captive ally and puts into play under their control. Okay, ready. 1, 2, and then hinder 2. Okay, anyway, so I was going to do 2 damage, knock off the tough, and then use his ability to trigger it again. And do another 2 points of damage, but that obviously hasn't worked, so... Anyway, I do have these guys. So, Jericho can thwart for 2, and Miles can thwart for 3 the first time he thwarts. So... this has permanent. So it doesn't really matter that it's got 3 threat because I can't get rid of it. It's there forever, right? So it's irrelevant how much threat it's got, so I can ignore that. This one will get me an ally. This one will get me a Sentinel and then give me an ally. Does she count towards my ally limit? She does not count against her ally limit. There you go, that's handy. First player controls Jubilee. She does not count against your ally limit. It's Horse Jubilee. Still 2 damage to an enemy. And losing her doesn't mean that you lose. So that's good. So I think we'll get rid of... I mean, having one of these guys would be handy, but I can't do both of them. So let's get rid of mutants at the mall and get rid of the acceleration token, because that annoys me. So let's try and maximize it a bit. Miles will thwart for 3. 1, 2, 3. And then Longshot will do the last one. That is gone. I now get Jubes. Now I get Jubes. Alright, so there's my Jubes. She's a smidgen too big. Just a smidgen. Okay, so I now get Jubes. I don't have the energy resource for her to use her ability, but I can have Brother Voodoo and Jubilee thwart for 3. 1, 2, 3. And get this down a little bit at least. So Jubes, Brother Voodoo. He actually costs 2 to thwart. Okay. That's interesting. You think it'd be the other way around. No. I think that's all I can do. That was a very slow first round. I apologise for that. His hand size is now 5, I believe. 5. And I've got 1 in my hand, so I get 4. Okay, so there's his other lucky shot. Wait, I didn't shuffle. Obviously I haven't shuffled. These are the ones that I got from the search, from Brother Voodoo's search, and then just put them all back. So that's cheating. Let's try that again. 4. Alright, 2 hot streaks. Some thwarting. Excellent. Another, there's the lucky shot again. Can't get past it. And counter punch. Okay. I like it. Villain turn. Boink. Let's check. Has he got 5? No, he hasn't. So let's move on. He's got toughness. 2, 2. Alright, so he's attacking. So I will I guess. He's attacking for 2 plus 1 plus exhaust your identity, which is already exhausted, so I don't care. So he's 2, so he's attacking for 3. So I take 1. I'm going to use counterpunch. Do I have any other responses? Attack, thwart, attack. Nope. I'm going to use counterpunch. After your hero defends against an enemy attack, deal damage to that enemy equal to your hero's attack. Hero's attack is 1, so it knocks off his tough. Takes 1 point of damage. And counter card is... I'm just going to move these out of the way. They annoy me. Just chuck them over here. Oh, I was meant to get a minion. Search the discard pile for a Sentinel minion and reveals it. Okay. A Sentinel minion. What are my choices? Sentinel Mark 4. Sentinel Mark 5. Sentinel Mark 6. 3. 2. There's some freak show artwork there. 4, pretty sure I've already got. Right. So I get to choose what I want. Mark 2, Mark 3. 6, 5, 4. Who do I want? Say put in and reveals it. Okay, so the when revealed stuff occurs. Toughness, search the encounter deck for the engineer barrier, attach it. No. Guard and patrol. I can't choose that one because then that means it would invalidate this counterpunch thing. So let's not do that. Sentinel Mark 4. So I definitely don't want quick strike. So I guess it's this one. Or I do this one and I just say that this didn't happen. Yeah. Let's put his tough back on because I wasn't able to hit back because this guy has guard, so I'm going to choose this one. So I don't want this crap surging into extra crap. So let's shuffle those in. Okay, where was I? He attacked. I defended. I did counter punch, but obviously I can't. He now attacks for 2, which I will take. What's this? Oh, the encounter card. The encounter card is Caught Off Guard. When revealed, discard an upgrade or support you control. No cards were discarded this way, this card gains Surge. I don't have any upgrades or supports. So no card was discarded, so therefore I get Surge. Assault. The villain attacks you. Attacks for 2 plus 3 is 5. I'm down to 2. That's brutal. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Yes. All right, let's tube. We'll do the last point from here and get rid of it. And then they've got patrol. Patrol's the main scheme though, right? Yeah, so get rid of that. I get one of the randomly set aside captive allies. Let's do a search and I go one of these. And it is Cannonball. Okay. So Cannonball, Sam Guthrie, 1/2. Cannonball takes -1 consequential damage after he attacks and defeats a minion. He attacks for 2. Okay, so okay. All right. Counterpunch and Counterpunch and Lucky Shot will pay for Hot Streak. Okay. Counterpunch and Lucky Shot pay for Hot Streak. And I'm going to put Lucky Shot on the top because I need to be able to read its thing, right? It says when you discard this card to pay for an attack or lucky event. Attack and lucky, so that's both. Deal 1 damage to 2 different enemies, right? Now, Hot Streak effect comes in first. So deal 3 damage to an enemy. Wait. Does the interrupt come in first? I've used the wrong Lucky Shot. I should only use this Lucky Shot. Right. Does the interrupt replace the action? I'm pretty sure it does. Right. The interrupt does what it says. They apply the effects before the other conditions occur, right? So the interrupt, when you discard this card to pay for an attack or lucky event, which is what I've done, deal 2 damage to an enemy, right? So I deal 2 damage to an enemy. Hot Streak then triggers. When you discard this card, to pay for, deal 3 damage to an enemy. If this defeats an enemy, 1, 2, 3, defeated. If it defeats an enemy, remove 2 threat from a scheme. 1, 2, which I can now do because Patrol is gone, right? if this removes the last threat from a scheme, draw 2 cards. And it did. So I get 2 cards. Now, I'm going to trigger Longshot, because Longshot is a response. After triggering the hero interrupt on discard lucky card, trigger the hero interrupt once more, limit once per round. So the response happens after everything else, and I'm going to trigger that response. And the response was this: deal 2 damage to an enemy. And I'm going to do that to take off his stuff. Complicated, but it all works, and I think it's very clever. The 2 new cards that I got are Preemptive Strike and Dazzler, so it is still my turn. Cannibal's not going to do anything because there's no minions left in play. Jubilee doesn't have to be... Oh yeah, she has to be exhausted to do it. Okay, well she can't do anything then. So that leaves these guys. So Miles will hit for 2. Trying to take out a Sentinel. And Brother Voodoo's just going to kick back because, like I said, there's no point removing this threat. Like, it doesn't do anything. So yeah, it'll just kick back. Now, can I keep doing this stuff? Deal 3 damage to an enemy. There's no point hot streaking. So I might as well get Dazzler out. Oh, I can't, because I've got... Jubilee doesn't count, but the other 3 do. Should I then just do the deal 2 damage for Lucky Shot? Yeah, should I just use Dazzler to pay for Lucky Shot and then stun him? Because I've got 2 health. I'm screwed. In fact, I'm going to flip. I think I should flip. Oh no, I can't because of hero interrupt. I'll flip at the end so I can heal. Deal 2 damage to an enemy if this defeats, draw a card. I mean, I won't get that effect. Alright, let's do it. Dazzler is going to pay for Lucky Shot. Lucky Shot says deal 2 damage to an enemy. Right? So it's not very exciting, but it is what it is. And because I use Dazzler as a resource, I get to stun or confuse an enemy. I'm going to choose confuse. And then I'm going to flip Longshot. Okay, ready up. I get 4 cards. My hand size is back to 6. Okay, well, I get Psychokinesis, very exciting. And Lucky Break. Remove 4 threat from a scheme. Then, if this is the first card played this turn, return it to your hand. I'd have to have resource generators for that to happen. So, that's not going to happen. It's like the Clobber thing. Because I need to spend cards. Never back down attacker, we all know what they do. Villain turn. Threat. It's not 5, so none of that triggers. He attempts to scheme but can't because he's confused. Poor robot. And then we get an encounter card. The encounter card is Sentinal Mark II. That Frank True artwork. Love it. When revealed, if Operation Zero Tolerance is in play, Sentinal Mark II gains Surge. Okay. And the rest of it's if it's not in play. So, boink. Although, how can it never not be in play? Wait, I think I've misunderstood how permanent works. Why would it never be in play? Marvel Champions. Permanent. Yeah, I was right. Schemes and side schemes with a permanent keyword cannot be removed even when all the threat is removed. So I can't do anything about it. So I'm just going to leave it there. Anyway, the revealed Surge reveal card is Gauntlet Beam attached to the villain. Dun, dun, dun. The villain's attack gain piercing and ranged. Oh, savage. 3 fists to get rid of it. I have to beat it into submission. Alright, my turn. My turn. I'm really enjoying this. There's a lot of thinking involved. So it's not the fastest game in the world. But there's always so many choices. I'm not going to use tackle. So, 1... I don't really need Lucky Break just yet. So 1/2 to get Psychokinesis. I'm in Alter Ego, so I'm going to use its ability. Exhaust, draw 1 card, and discard a card. So draw a card. Fighting Chance. Oh, who's he going up against here? Is this like a Frost Rider or something? Bloody hell. Choose a character. That character gets +2 to a basic power until the end of the round. Shuffle 3 cards from your discard pile into your deck. And the resource thing is when you discard this card to pay for a lucky event, ready a card you control. Very cool. Alright, so Psychokinesis says exhaust. I'm going to draw a card and discard a card from your hand. Attach the discarded card to Psychokinesis face down. And then when you're in hero form, you can exhaust Psychokinesis to play the card attached to the card as if it was in your hand. So like George Stacy. This card gains lucky. So you still have to pay for it. You don't get it for free, but it's just an extra card that you can use. So I have to discard a card. It's part of the conditions. So let's get let's use Preemptive Strike. So Preemptive Strike is under Tycho. Let's just say that. Okay. Love it. Alright, what am I left with? Well, I'm going to heal. 1, 2, 3. And flip to Longshot. And then I'm going to use Never Back Down and Fighting Chance to pay for Hot Streak. Hot Streak says deal 3 damage to an enemy. If it defeats the enemy, remove 2 threat from a screen. If this removes the last threat, draw 2 cards. So 3 damage to this guy. He's defeated, so I get to remove 2 threat. That removed the last threat, so I draw 2 cards. Cool. And because I used Fighting Chance to pay for it, Fighting Chance says when you discard this card to pay for a lucky event, which I did, ready a card. I'm going to ready Longshot. Now I could use Longshot's ability to do it again. But the only card I'd be ready in is Psychokinesis. And do I need it to be ready? I mean, I might as well. Doesn't cost me anything. So I might as well do it. Cool. Alright. Longshot. Readied. And that is underneath it. Right. What are the cards I got? Endurance and Tough Luck. Here's a new one. Defense. When your hero defends against an attack, if it gets +3 defense for that attack. If you take no damage, discard the next encounter card dealt to you. Oh yeah. Oh yes. That's awesome. Bloody hell. That is so cool. Alright. Cannonball is just going to kick back. There's no minions to attack. Jubilee, I don't want to take in any more damage. Do I have an energy card to get rid of? I do have endurance to get rid of, but I want endurance. Oh, this is so good. I can't afford it though. Can't afford it. Oh, what a shame. What an absolute shame. I'm just going to use it to get endurance because I'm desperate for health. 1, 2, 3. That's terrible. I feel ashamed that I used that card as a resource. Damn shame. When you discard this card to pay for a defense or lucky event, heal 2 damage. It's not quite the same as having a permanent 3 hit points, is it? Alright, well, Miles is going to swing in for an attack. I mean, I've got to kill the guy eventually, right? So, he's gone. Oh. Miles trying to sneak back into the deck. Sneaky. Brother Video's got nothing to thwart. Jubilee's just going to kick back. Cannonball's going to kick back. Oh, well, I might as well do something with Longshot. He's just going to hit for 1. Blank. Yeah. Alright. Blank. Reset. Get 5 cards. Oh, I hope there's another Tough Luck. That was just awesome. Alright, a couple of allies. Very cool. Resource. Enhanced odds. There's his lucky thing. After resolving response on Longshot's card, put a luck counter in enhanced odds. When you would perform a basic action exhaust enhanced odds, you get +1 to that power for this use for each luck counter on this card, then remove all the luck counters. That is very cool. There's no maximum. There's no maximum on this card. You can have 20 on here, and then boom, you've slapped it for 20. That's just insane. And Predator Strikes. So, cool. Villains. Blink. Is there more than 5? No, there is not. The villain then attacks. He gets +1, so it's 3, and it's piercing and ranged. Automatically piercing and ranged. So, I think Brother Voodoo's going to have to take it. Unless I've got some sort of defense. Nope. I can cancel or boost things. And I can do that twice. I am going to defend with Longshot. So 1, 2, 3, plus nothing for me to cancel. Love it. You are stunned. If you're already stunned, take 2 damage. Well, screw you, Sentinel Mark 3. I don't like you. You're a meanie poo head. And I take 1 damage from the defense because I had no way of stopping it. So yeah. The encounter card is Target for Elimination. Attached to your identity if a copy of Target for Elimination is not attached to you. It's not, so we'll target it. Put it on there. Oh, it's huge. Let's ridiculous. What am I supposed to do with this? I'll check it here. While you are engaged with a Sentinel minion, you cannot change from hero form to alter ego form. Okay, I'm not engaged with Sentinels, that's fine. And one of the Sentinels has some sort of interaction with that card, so yeah. Exhaust your identity, discard this card. Okay. Fair enough. My turn. Well, let's get Elixir out. He's bloody expensive. 1, 2, 3, 4. But he's very cool. He's very cool. So, remember I'm treating this as if that says X-Men, not X-Man. Because that's what it should say. After Elixir attacks or thwarts, heal 1 damage from another friendly character. That's pretty cool. I'm going to have him thwart. As he does that, and then I'll heal 1 on Longshot. Why not? Yeah, let's do that. Chuck this here. I'm going to chuck this here. There's no way I can forget it. Okay, well that's pretty much all I can do, which is kind of disappointing. I could use Jubilee's ability to use this as an electric, but I want to get this into play. That's just cool. It is very cool. So, ready. Get 4 cards. Oh, well, I needed that when I had Elixir. Fighting chance. There's that card again. Gets +2 power. Mockingbird and the very expensive Tackle. Which I'll be using next turn. Threat. Sentinel attacks for 3. Attacks for 3. Should I defend? Oh, I don't want to defend because I want to be able to exhaust to get rid of this card. You know what, Voodoo? I think you're going to take one for the team. Three plus 1. So he's attacking for 4. Voodoo dies. Sorry, buddy. No, nothing personal, but I can't keep taking the damage. And then encounter card. Sentinel Mark 3. Sorry. How embarrassing. Sentinel Mark 3. Toughness. Okay. When revealed, search the encounter deck and discard pile for the energy barrier attachment and attach it to this minion. Oh, there's one right in front of me. Yay. Alright, so Energy barrier. Attach to a Sentinel minion without energy barrier attached and give it a tough status card. Well, it's already got a tough status card, so can't have another one. After attached minion attacks, give it a tough status card. Well, fair enough. +2 attack. Oh my god. What the hell? Alright, my turn. That's crazy talk. Let's do... Let's do... those two. So power protection and Mockingbird to pay for tackle, which will stun the enemy and deal 3 damage. So stun and 1, 2, 3 damage on this guy, and then Longshot's going to attack to clear his stun. Just get rid of it. Doesn't do anything, but it is what it is. Jubilee's going to use her ability to spend an electric card to do 2 damage to the Sentinel. To get rid of its tough. Cannonball will then hit it for 2. And then Elixir will hit it for 1. So it's dead. Cannonball takes... No. Elixir will hit it for 1, and then Cannonball will hit it for 2. That's very important. Because that means he then defeats it. So he takes no consequential damage. Elixir does, and he gets to heal a friendly character, which will be me. Now, I can't play enhanced odds. That's all I can do. Still pretty good. Still stunned the guy and did 3 damage. That's pretty sweet. Maggie Dog 44. Hey Maggie Dog. Welcome. Trying a new custom hero made by Embittered Soul, Longshot. I wouldn't say no. He's been around since 2020, but he's very cool so far. So yeah, reset and then draw 4 cards. Okay, what did I get? Vest, handy. There's the awesome tough luck. Ugh. And then lucky break, which I don't really need right this second, but it's always good to have. Okay, threat. He goes to attack, but he can't because he's stunned. Cop that. Cop that. And then encounter card. Abduction protocols. 2, and then hinder 2. The player who defeated this game takes 1 random set-aside captive ally and puts into play. Oh. If something has victory, am I meant to put it in the victory display? This should be in the victory display. Yes. Okay. Now, when defeated, the player gets another captive. Alright, sweet. Awesome. Do they count for ally limit? Yeah, they do. Alright, that's right. So I'm happy with that. Now it's my turn. Okay. When you discard this card to pay for a defense or lucky event, draw a card. When you discard this card to pay for a thwart or lucky event, remove 2 threat from a scheme. Tough luck in and desperate defense is going to play for lucky break. Hero interrupt. When you discard this card to pay for defense or lucky event, draw a card. So I draw a card. I'm going to trigger Longshot, which means I get to draw another card. There's my 2 cards. And then Lucky Break's ability action says remove 4 threat from a scheme. If it's the first card played this turn, return to your card hand, which obviously it wasn't. So, but I get to remove 4 threat from a scheme. It's going to be that one. This goes into the victory display, and I get the next captive ally, who is Boom Boom. Very cool. She's very small. Boom Boom. Tabitha Smith, Captive X-Men. After Boom Boom attacks an enemy, place 1 bomb counter on it. At the end of the failure phase, remove all bomb counters from play and deal 2 damage to each enemy for each bomb counter removed from it this way. If you can somehow make her attack twice, that'd be pretty sweet. Cool. Well, she's going to immediately attack. I'm not mucking around. So he takes 1 and then gets a bomb counter. I'm going to use a bomb counter. We'll just say this. There you go. Bomb counter. Got that. She then gets a consequential damage. Cool. Alright. Tube's not going to do anything. Cannonball's not going to do anything. Elixir. Yeah, you know what? Elixir is going to thwart 1. And then heal Boom Boom. And then die. Elixir did his job. What a champion. Just doing it for the team. Love it. So that's that taken care of. Now I can have 1 more ally. So I might as well, right? Armored Vest and Counterpunch will pay for Ironheart, who gives me another card, which is never back down. I'm happy with that. And then she's going to thwart for 1. Because why not? And Longshot is going to exhaust so that he gets rid of this crap. Goodbye, targeted for elimination. You scare me. I don't like it. And that, I think, is that. I'm going to keep these. No, I'm going to use Never Back Down to put enhanced odds into play. Yeah. Let's do that. Reset, get 5 cards. I can only get 4, so I need to reset my deck. And draw the 5th card. There's my 5 cards. Iron Fist, Luke Cage, my more expensive allies, but God, they're awesome. Iron Fist is awesome. Absolutely brilliant. Desperate defense, fighting chance, hot streak, sweet. Another fighting chance, always happy to see that. Villain turn. Boink. Is there 5 threat here? No, there isn't. I have not had... Oh, wait. After an enemy attacks, not necessarily a minion, place that ally face down in this game. Oh, alright, so Brother Voodoo. Let's just grab you. You should be under 0 tolerance. Okay. Alright. So you're over here. Sorry, buddy. Oh, don't know why it says face down, but anyway. Face down in this game. Yep, there we go. Right. So back to here. Is there 5 threat here? No, there isn't. It's the end of the player phase. He took 2 damage from the bomb. Down to 3. Here's what it says, right? At the end of the play phase, remove all bound counters and deal 2 damage to each enemy. Remove that way. Yep, sweet. So 2 damage. Now he's attacking. 2, 3. I don't want to block and defend again because I don't want to put anything under 0 tolerance. So I do have a desperate defense. So you know what? I'm going to defend. Let's see what happens. 3 plus self-repair. Give the villain a tough status card. Okay. So it's 3. So I would take 1 point of damage. So instead, I'm going to spend Luke, because he's horrendously expensive, to play for Desperate Defense, which gave me +2 defense. And I take no damage that way, so that means I get to ready. Encounter card. Again up. When revealed hero, the villain and each minion engaged attacks you. I like this custom artwork. Design hacker. You're very good at what you do. Alright, so there is no minion, so it's just him. So he's attacking for 2, 3. I'm just going to defend again. Two, 3, 4, 5. Now this time I'm going to use Psychokinesis. Exhaust Psychokinesis, you may play a card attached to this card as if it was in your hand. This card gains lucky until the end of the round. I'm going to preemptive strike. I need to spend a card to do it. I'm going to use Fighting Chance to pay for it. So preemptive strike says cancel the boost icons and deal damage to the villain for each icon damage this way. He only takes it takes the 2 damage, but then doesn't take any because of tough, so it just knocks tough off, right? So that takes care of that. But it also cancels them, which is what I needed. So he's now back to doing 3. Now, because I used Fighting Chance to pay for this card, and this card now has the lucky trait because I used it from Psychokinesis, this triggers. When you discard this card to pay for a lucky event, a friendly character gains Retaliate 2 until the end of the round. The friendly character is obviously going to be Longshot. So I take 1 point of damage from the defense, and then I do Retaliate 2. Back to this arsehole. And then Enhanced Odds triggers. After resolving the response on Longshot's card, put 1 luck counter on Enhanced Odds. His responses after triggering the interrupt trigger the interrupt once more. So does that mean I gain Retaliate 4? Yeah, when you use this card to pay for a lucky event, a friendly character gains Retaliate 2. So it becomes Retaliate 4. So I've actually hit again for 2. Retaliated 2 for 2. So he's actually dead. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I love this character so much. So much nuance. Absolutely brilliant. Alright, so he's dead. So I advance stage. Oh, that's cool. I like that. Although I'm missing the top card. So now he's got steady. So he keeps this, right? That doesn't go away, does it? That stays, right? Yeah. So he gets steady. Now he's got steady and toughness. So steady means that he has to have 2 cards, 2 stuns and 2 confused for it to be stunned or confused. And when revealed, the first player searches the encounter deck for a copy of Reduction Protocols, which it did for me. It's pretty handy. 1, 2, 3, 4. Love it. 2, 3. Tough. That is the end of the baddie phase. It's now the goodie phase. Alright. I can't afford Iron Fist. It's just not happening. Which is a shame. And it also means I now can't afford Hot Streak, which would have been awesome. So instead, I'm going to use Jube's ability. Use Hot Streak to use Jube's ability to do 2 points of damage and knock Tough off. Oh, sorry. Sorry, Mr. Sentinel. That was very rude. Knock off Tough. Instead, what else? When you were to perform a basic action, exhaust enhanced odds, you get +1 to that power for this use for each luck counter on this card. Okay. Okay. So, well, Boom Boom's going to attack for 1. And put a bomb counter on him. Take that. Cannonball's not doing anything. Jube's done her work. And so that leaves Ironheart. Ironheart will thwart. Go off of there and die. Well, retire. Fly away. Whatever you want to say. Can't afford Iron Fist. And it's unlikely I'm ever going to afford him. But I can't do anything with him. I'm going to keep him for 1 more round. I should discard him. But I'm going to keep him just in case I get the power of protections, which will help pay for him. If I don't get it, I'll discard him next turn. Alright. I think that's it. Boink. Let's get 4 cards. Didn't get power of protection, but I do have enough cards to play him. Let's see what happens. 1. He attacks. 3 + 1 is 4. Oh, the bomb goes off. Boink. 1, 2. He attacks 3 + 1 is 4. I've got tough luck in place, so I'm gonna defend. 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna play tough luck. I'm going to use Fighting Chance. So I'm playing Tough Luck. I'm going to use Fighting Chance and, well, let's face it, I'm never going to get to play Iron Fist. It's just not going to happen. To pay for Tough Luck. Now, Fighting Chance says that if I use it to pay for a lucky card, you ready a card you control. So I'm going to ready Longshot. And then Thuflock says I get +3 defense. If I take no damage, discard the next encounter card dealt to you. Absolutely brilliant. So he gets +3, so it's 5. 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh no! Oh, I can keep doing it. I'm going to use Tackle. Oh, jeez. Tackle is going to pay for Never Back Down. Lucky. It gives me +2. If I take no damage, stun the attacking enemy. Brilliant. So I took no damage and therefore don't get the encounter card. So I get it and then I just immediately discard it. So see you later. Show the past. Happy about that. Very, very happy to see that go. And then I stun him because I took no damage. And I'm ready. Yes. My turn. Oh, this guy is just so good. I love him so much. So much nuance. So many options. Oh. I'm going to trigger him again. What was the thing that triggered? Oh, I got to... What was this? When you discard this card to pay for like a ready a card you control. Oh, there's no need for me to trigger it twice. I can't trigger it twice. I got nothing to ready. Which means I can't put a thing on here. Ah, what a shame. Oh well. It was still pretty good. I can't complain. I can't complain about that round. I've got no cards because I've used them all. But that's fine. I've got stuff I can do. I can get +1 to an ability. And let's get another ally out. I can do that, right? So Boom Boom's going to attack for 1 because that's just what she does. 1 and then gives him a bomb counter. Cop that. I'm going to put it on his head. That's where he deserves it. Right in the face. And then cool. Consequential. What else can I do? There's 3 left on that. Cannonball's doing nothing. This guy's got to earn his keep. So he's going to thwart for 1. Gone. And then I'm going to spend the luck counter on here to give him +1 thwart. So he's got 2 thwart. 2 thwart gone. Boom. I get the next captive, who is Wolfsbane. Always good to see Rain. She's a cool character. Now Wolfsbane says 1, 2. Wolfsbane's attacks gain piercing. Okay. Well, that'll be handy when he gets tough back, but for now, not that good. But still, she's going to attack for 2 because why not? 1, 2. And Jube's not doing anything, so she's going to attack for 1. No, not attack. She's going to thwart for 1. Yeah, let's thwart for 1. I'm happy with this. It is the end of the turn. Ready. Get 5 cards. When I reset my deck before, did I give myself a face down encounter card? I'm going to have to play back. Blink. Just make sure I do the consequential damage. I'm going to have to play it back and just check it. But anyway. At the end of the round, the bomb goes off. 2 damage. Alright. Threat goes up by 1. He goes to attack, but he can't because he's stunned. We get an encounter card. Oh, so cool. Mutant detected. When revealed, choose. Place the top card of your deck face down under Operation Zero Tolerance. No. The villain and each minion attacks you, even in alter ego form. Ooh, very cool. The villain and each minion attacks you. What have I got in my hand? No. No. Maybe. Maybe. No. So I have no defense cards. This is kind of defensy, but I'll still be taking at least 1 point of damage. No, 2 points of damage, because he only defends for 2. Oh, Cannonball should have 1 damage on him. You know what? I think I might just take the top card and put it under Operation Zero Tolerance. I need to get 4 to lose. I need 4 to lose, and I've only got 2. Yeah, you know what? I'm just going to do the top card. There we go. Top card. Under Zero Tolerance. Okay. There it is. That was the choice I made. Let's see if that was a bad choice. My turn. Let's do it. Remove 4 threat from a scheme. I don't need to worry about that. I can do a whole bunch of damage. 5. I can do 5 damage. 6. 7. 8, 9. 10. I can win. I can win this turn. Okay. Boom Boom hits for 1. Like, that's just automatic. 1, and then we get a bomb counter on his face. Okay. And then she's gone. She gets put... it wasn't the enemy that defeated her, so she gets put in the captive discard pile. Sorry, Boom Boom. Or does she get shuffled back in? What happens to her? I guess she just gets discarded. Oh, and I've done it again. That Project Widerbake should be... Adduction Protocol should be up there. Okay, so that's Boom Boom taken care of. Cannonball's going to attack for 2. Take a consequential. Jubilee's just going to kick back for a second, because I might need one of these cards. So let's just wait for Jubes. Wolfsbane will attack for 2. Take a consequential. And then Lucky Break will pay for Lucky Shot. Lucky Break says that if you discard to pay for a Lucky or Thwart event, remove 1 threat from 2 different schemes. So 1, 2, and then I'll trigger Longshot's ability to do it again. 1, 2. So that's gone. And because I did that, I'm going to put a counter on to Enhanced Odds. And then Lucky Shot is card's ability says to do 2 points of damage. If it defeats the enemy, draw a card. It's not going to defeat him. 1, 2. But still, it's 2 points of damage, so I'm happy about that. Then I'm going to trigger Jubilee's ability to do a Lightning Bolt to do 2 points of damage. 1, 2. And then I'm going to hit with Longshot. And then I might as well, I'll just add 1+1 just for the hell of it. Dead. And I didn't even need to do that. I could have just waited and Sentinel's head would have exploded from Boom Boom's bomb. This character is awesome. Love him. Absolutely love him. It's obviously been a while since he was made, because there's a few text things that don't really make a lot of sense that could be written a bit better. It just makes it a bit wordy. Some of his cards are quite wordy because of that. Like, there's a way to condense them and stuff. But Jubilee, go over here. But that being said, it's just the amount of, I'm pretty sure I've used the word already, but the amount of nuance with this character and what he can do the options that you've got, the thinking that you have to do to make sure you're using the right part of the card. Like, his upgrades are pretty standard. These upgrades do what they do, but his events, and the double thing on the events there, it's just awesome. Just awesome. Yeah, I love it so much. It's A plus. Not counting the formatting. I mean, the formatting, it is what it is. I mean, who cares really? I mean, it's still readable. But in terms of the actual the design and the theme, it's A plus all the way. Absolutely brilliant. My only critique, and it's incredibly small, would be some of the art's not great. Like this Tough Luck, for example. What's going on there? Like, I don't even know what's going on there. It's so hard to see stuff. So yeah, some of the art not the greatest, but it's A plus all the way. I only wish Embittered Soul was still active, so I could. Yeah. I can't praise it enough. It's great stuff. So, if you are interested in playing a top-notch custom content character, a custom character hero, you can't go wrong with Longshot. I've had so many good ones recently. It's amazing me. I'm nervous about getting a bad one, but Longshot. I did Kate Bishop recently. She was awesome. Batwoman, a lot of fun. You can see I've got Lady Mechanica there ready to go, give it a go and stuff. Yeah, Longshot, Embittered Soul, give it a go. He has his own mod on TTS. Check it out. Won't be disappointed. Thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate you spending your time. If you are watching this on YouTube, please take a moment to like and comment. Comment is the best thing for the algorithm and all that sort of stuff, sort of for people to be able to see it and stuff. But either way, I really appreciate you taking the time to check it out. If you have any suggestions for anything that you want to see me do, any custom character you want me to see me cover, by all means, let me know. Appreciate it. And as always, look after yourselves. Look after each other. Maggie, if you're still watching, thanks for jumping on. Always good seeing you. Hope you're doing well. Thanks, everybody. Take care. Bye.